Hello and welcome to Fresh and Lean's final episode in our Optimize You IG Live series. For those of you who don't know, Fresh and Lean is dedicating the entire month of January and the first week of February to help the new year, new you optimize for success. That means tips and tricks, including the latest health and wellness info you can actually use. We've learned so much from recent experts, including Olympic gold medal winner Jamie Anderson, creative powerhouse Jose Pasillas from the rock band Incubus, health expert Whole30 Melissa Urban, and world-renowned Dr. William Lee, the best-selling author of Eat to Beat Disease. What's up, Justin? How are you, my man?
I'm good. How you doing?
Fantastic. We're just so excited because we're going to be talking to you about fitness, and we're going to learn a few things from you. In case anybody out there on the planet doesn't know or been sleeping under a rock for a couple years, Justin Turner, all-star third baseman and 2020 World Series champion, the head of sports wellness at Fresh and Lean, and Dodger fan favorite. Justin, how are you? Thanks for jumping in.
I'm doing good. I'm excited to be here. Excited to talk about Fresh and Lean and share some of my little ins and outs and intricacies that I've kind of grown to love over the last year and a half or so since joining the Fresh and Lean team.
Let's kill it. Here we go. First, let's talk about your personal journey, starting with getting in better shape for the upcoming 22 season. Could you kind of give us a little taste of what your mindset is and how your mind shift has been as you're getting ready to, work toward the next goal?
Yeah, it's a little interesting right now because we don't actually have a start date.
Yeah, that's kind of
we're locked out. So it's a little bit of a challenge mentally to, kind of really ramp up the way I normally would, knowing that I was going to be heading out to Arizona, the second week of February to start spring training on, February 16th or 17th, whenever we do start. So it's kind of trying to find that balance of, staying hot and being ready and getting my work in, but also, not kind of, hitting the throttle too hard because, who knows what could happen. I'm hoping we have a normal spring training and a normal season, but you just never know with these things.
We all are in Dodger Nation for sure here. Your official title is Fresh and Lean Head of Sports Wellness. What would you say are three things people need to keep in mind when getting better and getting after their fitness and wellness plan? Like, what's a couple things that you'd say, like, you should be doing this?
Yeah, I just think realizing that it's important to understand what you're putting in your body. You can do all the workouts and run hundreds of miles and do everything you want, but if you're not putting good food and good energy into your body, it's going to be tough to see the results that you probably want to get. And then I think a big part of it is just really planning out and planning ahead and knowing, which meals you're going to make, which meals you're going to go to the store and shop for, and that planning aspect of it and knowing what your meals are set for the week makes it so much easier to eat cleaner and eat better. And if you don't like planning out, Fresh and Lean can do that for you. There's a whole list of meals that they can send you. And that's really what I've been doing actually is I've been getting my weekly shipments in, and I think we're going to talk about in a little bit this RV trip that my wife and I took. And,
yeah.
The Fresh and Lean meals throughout that trip were huge for us to be able to be on the road and traveling and still find ways to eat healthy and not have to like panic and figure out, how are we going to eat on the road and eat healthy. So it was pretty awesome.
That's awesome, man. So glad that worked out. And so think about last season. The Dodgers came up a little short, but all in all, it was a great season. You guys are the best record ever. You're firing on all cylinders, until a little injury, kind of sidelined you for a second there, So now it's the off season. How are you feeling, and what sort of rehab have you been doing to recover and come back to take care of business coming into 2022?
Yeah, so obviously I tweaked my hammy in that Brave series, which was unfortunate. I actually had last year was my healthiest season I'd ever had. I think I led the Dodgers in games played, which was a first for me. And so, and that was actually a priority for me going into last season was to be healthy enough and be in a good enough position with my body and my recovery to be available to play every day. And I feel like I did a really good job of that. And, obviously leading the team in games played is a pretty good sign of that. But yeah, I did tweak my hammy, and as soon as our season unfortunately ended a little early, went right into rehabilitation for that, and was doing all my stuff at Dodger Stadium with our training staff right up until, of course, December 1st when we got locked out. And at that time, I was feeling 100% and running and doing all my stuff anyway, so it wasn't too tough of a transition to go out on my own and continue, to build on my off-season program.
That's incredible. I know we got to get over this lockout. Like, we need everybody to get back in. Spring is in the air already in LA. I mean, Rams game yesterday, the weather was just gorgeous to be outside or to be at the game or whatever may have you. So we get the boys in blue back on the field. Let's do this. So we're talking about mental fitness a little bit with a few of our guests that have come on. How do you get back in the mindset to start over again with the same, if not most likely better determination, which I know you already have?
Yeah, I think managing goals is a big part of that. Obviously, you have your big long-term goals that you hope to accomplish, but I think it's also important to manage your short-term goals and make sure you're going through and checking those boxes every day, because when you're staring down a 2-month long spring training and then a 180-day season with 162 games involved, and then definitely planning on playing deep into October, that could be pretty intimidating in January, February, looking at this monster schedule, right? And how am I going to get through this? How am I going to stay healthy? So I think also, minimizing and having those daily goals, weekly goals, to help kind of shorten your vision, to be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel for those goals, I think is what helps you get through, that long season.
Kind of take a bite out of the elephant, one bite at a time mentality.
Yeah, one step at a time, man. One step.
Absolutely. I mean, it's crazy to think the long season you had, and I think we were able to get you guys some meals with you on the road as well. So I'm glad that we get to do that again with you moving forward.
Yeah, it was amazing. It made things so much easier. Again, you're in hotel rooms, you're on the road. Room service isn't always the health. So it just made it easy. We have a late game and get back to the hotel late at night and still feeling a little hungry, and pop one of those things in the microwave for 3 minutes and know that I'm eating something that's not going to keep me up all night. So,
sure, better than the hot fudge sundae at midnight, right?
Yeah, or the chicken or whatever, on that room, pizza or whatever.
Right.
So it really was. It gave you just some peace of mind. You're not like worrying. Some hotels, we say, I don't even have room service after 11. So we're getting back to the hotel and there's no room service at the hotel. And, we have a lot of guys that are hungry and they're upset about that, but I don't have to panic because I have my Fresh and Leans, and
got you.
I'd actually prefer to eat those instead anyway. So
there we go. And so we touched upon a little bit. So let's get into this here. So, a little R&R is obviously a great prescription to recover from such a long season. I don't know how you guys do it. That's a long season, all the way into like November at times. And we know from previous conversations that off season is also Justin and Courtney time, obviously with a lot of activity with the foundation that you have. So can you share a little bit about this RV trip that you teased out and how you managed to stay in shape while traveling? And hopefully a little funny story that may have kind of happened out there on the road. You want to tell us? You're already grinning and smiling, so I know you got something going. Your body language is telling me you're all revved up for this one. So what can you tell us?
This is actually the second year we've done an RV trip. My wife, Courtney, is from Northwest Indiana. So with our 2 dogs traveling back for the holidays and all this COVID stuff going on, obviously thinking about flying is just as
terrifying,
stressful as you can possibly get. We decided last year, and we did it again this year, to rent an RV, and we drove back to Indiana. And
cool.
We were back there for about 42 days, and it was just awesome. I mean, you just get on the road. You don't have to stop for bathroom breaks because of RV, which is huge when you're taking these long treks across the country. And staying active. Like I said, we have our 2 dogs, so the RV Court was my co-pilot, and she was, on the internet and looking at travel blogs and travel guides and finding different things to do along the way. And we'd stop off at places and go on hikes and
Beautiful.
cool places. Was in Utah. We stopped at a hot springs, actually.
Wow.
Up on the side of the mountains, and it was like 40 degrees outside, but these hot tubs, these were like 110. So it was pretty awesome. And yeah, you just try to do what you can. It's a lot of time sitting behind the wheel, but hikes helped, and obviously the dogs were antsy too. So getting them out, going on hour-long hikes and seeing different parts of the country was pretty special. And probably the highlight of the trip for both of us. And if you follow us on our social media, you probably saw the reel already. Our stop in Uranus. It's one of the more just ridiculous things I've ever experienced in my life. And, all the people who were working there were completely 100% committed to language. And
you have to be, I guess.
It was just it was an experience. And
that's awesome. And so, you have an event coming up with the foundation. You want to talk a little bit about that, and what else can we expect from the foundation? Where can we tell people to go to contribute and support everything that you and Courtney are doing with the Justin Turner Foundation?
Well, you can check everything out about our foundation on justinturnerfoundation.com. Courtney actually runs their website. She does an awesome job and keeps everything up to date. And there's links and ways to go in and donate on there. But coming up events, we have our 6th annual Justin Turner Golf Classic coming up next Monday. We're sold out, fired up about that. Also, we're doing a kickoff party Sunday night before that. We're kind of branding it as the first Super Bowl party of the week.
Very cool.
All the proceeds and the tickets, all the money goes to the foundation. So we're excited about that. You can still buy tickets to that, actually, if you go on justinturnerfoundation.com or Justin Turner Golf Classic. Either one will take you there. And then, Court's got a marathon coming up again. So,
oh, boy.
Yeah.
Which one? Is she doing LA or is it another one?
Doing LA again. So
God bless her.
Last year's marathon in March got postponed because of COVID, and they moved it to November. She ran it, and then they're doing this year's in March again. So she's got a pretty quick turnaround. And we're actually still looking for people to sign up to run for our foundation. We're an official charity of the LA Marathon. You can sign up. You don't have to run 26 miles.
Thank God.
Or you can sign up for a half marathon through our foundation, and you raise money, and all the funds go to the Justin Turner Foundation. So those are big things coming up here in the next month or two. And yeah, we've been pretty busy.
I know we've been doing some foundation prep for you. We're going to be there next week to support. So we're excited about that. So thank you for welcoming us to that one. It's going to be great. Sure. We're excited. How are the dogs?
The dogs are great. They're actually at daycare right now. So they're
mom and dad have work to do. You have to go to daycare. They have to use
friends and getting tired out. So when we bring, they just sleep for about 14 hours. So
a tired dog is a happy dog, which makes mom and dad even happier, right? So that's beautiful there. Justin, know you're busy. Love getting to see you. Love having you here, part of the team. Our head of sports wellness. Let's keep it going. And wishing the boys in blue and everybody ahead a great season.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you having me on. And yeah, go order your Fresh and Lean. Try it out. I promise you won't be disappointed.
Awesome. Thanks, Justin. We'll talk to you soon. See you next week, man.
All right, bro. See ya.
Thanks. Bye.